In this video, I'm going to show you 5 Shopify hacks you won't believe they exist. All of these hacks are mind-blowing, so I highly recommend you to check all of them. Believe me, you would be surprised to know that you can do all of this within Shopify without the use of any third-party app and without paying any extra dollar. So, are you ready? Let's get started. These hacks will cover so many topics like advanced shipping rates, customizing your product prices and your store per market, improving your product pages, and creating landing pages on Shopify. I'm super excited to be sharing this with you, so let's start with point number 1. On Shopify, you can set up shipping rates per product per country, and you can even decide not to ship a certain product to some countries, for example. Let me show you how you can do this in your shipping settings. So from your Shopify dashboard, I want you to go to settings, and from here go to shipping and delivery. And by default, you have the general shipping rates where all your products are in there. So now if you set up the shipping rates in here, these rates are going to be applicable to all of your products. But let's say, for example, you have some fragile products and you want the shipping rates for those exact products to be different than the shipping rates for all of your other products. This is where we are going to use the custom profile. And in this case, you are creating a custom profile to certain products on your store. So if we call it, for example, fragile products, and in here, as you can see, you can decide which products are within this category. So I'm going to just choose 2 randomly. So basically, now I have created a profile for these products alone. Next, you need to click on Save. So now we have our shipping profile, and what we need to do is to define the shipping rates for these products. I'm going to click on it. In here, you need to decide to which countries you want to ship this product. So you need to define your shipping zones. So I will click on Add Shipping Zone, and I will call this one, for example, Europe. Or I will call this one, for example, France. And in here, I will search for France. I will click on Done. So now I have this first shipping zone, and in this case, I'm only delivering these products to France. Now let's say I don't want to ship these products to other countries than France. I simply just need to stop in here and not add any other shipping zone. If someone, for example, is in UK and is trying to buy this product, when they reach the checkout, they will see that this product is not shipped to UK because in here under the shipping zones and the shipping rates, there is no information related to the UK. And now our next step is to add the shipping rates for France. So I will click on Add Rates. And as you can see in here, I will go for Use Flat Rate, and I will add some conditions. So I will make it, for example, based on order price. I will make it free for orders above $100, for example. And I will call it in here free shipping. And I will click on Done. And I will add another rate. So I will make it add conditions. I will make it 10, for example, based on order price. So for everything that's above 900. And I will call it and save. So basically in here I have done 2 things. First, I have created a special profile for some products from my store. Second, I have given them special shipping rates and I have made them only available in France. You can apply the same logic to any product on your store or any products on your store and have different shipping rates and even availability between countries and markets. Now moving to the next point on our list, and it is to customize your product prices per market. And yes, this is doable with Shopify. So again, from your Shopify dashboard, you need to go to your settings, and from there you go to markets in here. And in order to have the ability to change prices per markets, you need first to define your markets. It's very easy to do that. You just click on Add Markets and you can add any market you want. So if you want, for example, to treat UK in a different way than treating France or than treating USA or than treating KSA, you can do this in here by defining the markets. Once you do that, you can go for any market you want. So let's go for France, for example. And then here you go to products and pricing. And under this section in here, you can see that I can adjust the pricing from here by adding, by increasing, or by decreasing this price by a certain percentage. Okay, since this is my store and the default currency in here is Lebanese pound, so the prices were set using this currency. Since this store doesn't have Shopify payments, I can't actually manage currencies, but if you have Shopify payments, you can also manage currencies and even round the prices if you want. Okay, but in here you can increase all of your product prices by a certain amount or decrease it by a certain amount. You can also go to your products one by one and change their prices per market. So in here, for example, I can change the price of this one, and so on. And I can do the same thing to another market. So if I go back in here to the international prices, I can as well go to products and do the same thing. If you are liking this video, and before jumping to the next hack, I want to invite you to smash the like button, to subscribe to my channel, and to hit the notification bell, because in this way you will get notified every time I publish a new video. And now let's get back to our topic. Now the next thing I want to show you, and it's actually mind-blowing, and it's one of my favorite things with Shopify, and it is to be able to customize your store per market. Let me show you how you can do that. From your Shopify dashboard, this time go to Online Store, and click in here on Customize. And as you can see, in here, you can choose where you are working. So this is my default store. It means it's what everyone is seeing by default. But if I click in here, you can see that I can choose between my different markets. Those are the same markets you have seen under settings and markets. And I have the B2B option. In order to have this option, you need to have a Shopify Plus plan. If you don't have a Shopify Plus plan, you won't be able to customize your store for B2B. Okay, so in normal cases, you are going to see your markets in here. And now you can customize your store look per market. So if you are working on the default mode in here, everything you are changing is going to be changed to all markets. But let's say, for example, for France, you want to do something different. So instead of showing, for example, a general image of your products, you want to show something, for example, showing the French flag or something like this. So what you can do is to switch from here, from default to France. And in here, for this banner, for example, I will click on it. And I will change the image. So I will choose, for example, let's say this one. Okay, when you go back in here, you will notice that now next to this section, we have this small diamond, the green one. And this is actually to tell us that this section is customized per market. So now people in France will be able to see this image. But if we switch back to the default store, the image would be different. Okay, you can go again in here and go, for example, to the Lebanese market and change this image to a totally different one. So let me select, for example, this one. And now, as you can see again, I have this small green diamond telling me that this section is customized per market. So now when I switch back between those, so let's go, for example, to this one, to France, I can see this one. When I go to the default, which gonna be applied to the international market in this case, and we have Lebanon, which is also different. And if at any moment you want to reset this to the default settings, all you need to do is to click here on Reset to Store Default. Now let's say I want to do something a little bit more sophisticated. I want to show an entire section on a market and I don't want to show it on another market. All I need to do is to go to the specific market, so let's say to France. And in here, I would be adding a section to France only. So I will click on Add Section and I will add the rich text section. Once I do that, Shopify is telling me that now I'm entirely separating my French market from my other markets, because now the default store settings or the default store setup will not be applicable to France because I'm adding sections on this specific market. I will click on Continue and I've added the rich text and I will move it up. So as you can see now, they are telling me in here that section order updates and store default are not inherited here anymore. So if I change something on the default store in here, it won't be applicable in here anymore. So as you can see now, I have this section in here. If I go, for example, to Lebanon, I don't definitely have it. It's not in here. And if I go to default, it's not in here. Now let's say I want to add a section to the default store, but I don't want to show it on all markets. So I will add a section in here. I will add, for example, image with text section. And it's available here. If I go to the Lebanese market now, I will also see it in here, but I can always hide it like this. Okay, in this way, I have hidden this section from the Lebanese market, but I kept it linked to the default store because I didn't add a section in here like I have done with the French market. This feature is actually amazing because it means that now you can modify your entire store per market. You can give your customers unique experiences around the world. You can update your whole store content so it's more suitable for certain people in certain countries and so on. The fourth hack you must know about is that now on Shopify, you can create landing pages for your business without the need of any third-party app. And let me show you how you can do that. From your Shopify dashboard, you go to your online store and you click on Customize. And from here, I want you to choose, instead of changing the homepage, to choose Pages. And I will go and I will create a page template and I will call it, for example, Spring Sale. Let's say, for example, in this page, I want to have some text. I want to have like some products that are under the sale. I want to give more information about the sale and so on. I'm going to design this page to look exactly like I want using Shopify 2.0 and using the sections from the left. So instead of in here choosing to see about us, I want to do one more step. I will go back and under pages in here, I will create actually a page and I will call it Spring Sale. And under template in here, I will choose my Spring Sales template. I will go now to online store and I will go to customize and I will be building this page. So I will go to pages again and from here I will choose Spring Sales. Okay, and as you can see, it's an empty page and I can customize it the way I want. Okay, I will start by adding a section and let's say in this section I want to show an image with text, so I will do that. I can, for example, decide to hide the page title. And in this image in here, I can upload any image I want. So let's say this one. I can change the text content in here. I can decide to remove or to keep the button. I'm going to remove it. So let me, for example, in here put Spring Sale. And I can in here add any relevant content to my sale. Then I will click on Add Section. And let's say in here I want to feature some products that are within the Spring Sale. So I can go and I will go with Featured Collection. In this case, for example, I should have created a collection for the Spring Sale where all the items are on sale, but I'm gonna choose any random one. So let's say this one or this one to have more items. Okay. And I can, for example, add a rich text explaining to my customers how the sale works and what is, for example, the coupon code. So I will click in here and in here, for example, sale up to 40%. And below I can, in the text, for example, explain, use coupon code Spring 40 at checkout to get, that's it, okay? And for sure I can talk more, I can remove the button, and I can make this page as fancy as I want, okay? Remember, you can add all of these sections, modify them, add your images, and so on. Here's an example from a store of one of my clients. We are still working on the pages, but here's what we are doing with one of our pages. So we have some products that can't be purchased directly online. They need to request to contact us because they need to request a quote in order to be able to buy the product. So basically we are creating sophisticated landing pages for these products. And here is an example. So as you can see, we have the banner, we have here a text, we have here a video with some description. The page is not final yet, but I'm just giving you an idea about how far you can go with landing pages on Shopify. So again, here we have image, here we have a section. And if you scroll down, you will find, for example, in here the contact form and much and more sections. There are so many ways of how you can use this feature on Shopify. The most important thing to know is that now you are not limited in terms of the pages that you can create within Shopify itself without the need of any app and without paying any extra dollar. The final hack I want to talk about is actually very big and it's super important and it can greatly improve your product pages. Now with Shopify, you can customize your product pages per product, but also per market. Now you can have an entirely different layout for your product pages pages between products. So let's say, for example, you sell bags and shoes, and for your shoes product pages, you want to show different type of information and totally different layout than your bag product pages. You can now do this. You can even change the product page between markets, so you can show different sections in one country and hide them in another country, and so on. I'm going to show you how to do all of this, so let's move to my screen. So here I am inside of my Shopify dashboard, and the first thing I'm going to start with is to explain to you how to create different product page templates. So when you are within your theme customization and you click here on product pages, you will see that by default you have one default product page and it's assigned to 3 products. By default, Shopify is going to give you this option. So we are in the default store and we are changing the default product page template. If we change anything on this page, it's going to be reflected in all of our products and also in all of our markets. Now let's see how we can change this. So I'm going to preview another product from here. So let's say we're previewing this product. And again, I'm changing the default product page. Let's say I want to create for this specific product a different product page layout with different sections. So in this page in here, I have like the product information section. And if you scroll down, you have like you may also like and a multi-column section. Okay, I'm going actually to click here on products and I will click on create a template. And I will call it Flow and Glow Jumpsuit. It's the name of my product. I will click on create template. So now I have this template, and from here you can see it's not assigned to any product. I will go back now in here and go to my products and to this product exactly, and under templates here I will choose the Flow and Glow jumpsuit. So now I have created a specific template for this product and I have assigned this template to this product page. This is super important. If you are working on a theme that's not published yet, you won't be able to see the template in here. So you need to finish all of your templates, then assign them at the product level. Okay, from here I will go back to online store and I will click on customize one more time and going to my specific product page. And as you can see in here, I can see it's assigned to one product. And this is the product where this template was assigned. For this product, for example, I will remove the multi-column section and instead I want to add a gallery section, for example. So let me add a collage section and I will go back. I want everything to be images. So maybe I want to share some UGC or images from my clients wearing this outfit. So I will do that and I will be changing, let's say selecting the image. This for example, and this. I will click on save. Now when I preview the store, I will go, for example, to this first product. You will see in here that I have the same default template, which is like the image, the section in here, and the multi-column section in here. But if I go back and go to this product, and I scroll down, you will see that I have this section, which is totally different than the other products. Now let's say I want to take this a little bit further and I want to make this product special between markets. Now let's say I want to take this a little bit further and I want to make my product pages different per market. And now I'm in the default market, so everything is applied everywhere. Let me go to France. And in here for this one, for example, I will decide to hide this section. And again, I'm seeing the green diamond in here telling me that this section is being customized per market. So now if I'm in France, I won't be able to see the section below, but if I go back to my international market, I will be able to see it. And if I go to my Lebanese market, I will be able to see it as well. Now let's say I want again to take this a little bit further and I want to add a section to the French market that doesn't exist on other markets. So I will click here on add section to France and I will add, for example, this section. And now this page is going to be specific to France. And every time I want to change it, I want to go back in here to friends, to default product, and change the section from here. The same logic we have used when we designed the homepage and we changed it per market. When it comes to product pages customization, Shopify features don't stop in here, because now using Metafields and meta objects, you can make your product pages dynamic. So let's say you want to have the same layout for all of your shoes, but you want to show different information from one product to another. In this case, you need to use Metafields and meta objects. Metafields and meta objects will help you to create custom sections within your product pages that you can modify at the product level. If you want to know more about how to customize your product pages and how to show different information from one product to another using the same product page template, I highly recommend you to check this video on my YouTube channel, where I explain in details how you can use Shopify Metafields in order to improve your Shopify product pages and in order to make them 100% dynamic.